And welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to Mexico U20 versus Argentina U20, the FIFA U20 World Cup quarterfinal. Mexico with Gilberto Mora is running the game. They look amazing. Argentina looks pretty good. They have the top scorer of the tournament. A Western Hemisphere derby. Argentina and Mexico, who hate each other's guts. We're going to have a fun one tonight. Will Mexico's new golden generation potential beat Argentina, or will Argentina dominate Mexico like they always do at every level? We're going to find out. Mexico sub-20 contra Argentina sub-20 en la Copa Mundial sub-20 de la FIFA Cuartos de Final. We will begin. We'll also have USA Morocco tomorrow as well. Live and review, then we'll do the Blue Jays game. And I guess one of the CONCACAF teams make the final. I might have to find a way to do the final. Hopefully it's a 3 p.m. game. But either way, maybe that's a double. I don't know. How we doing, Sean? But with that being said, yeah. I mean, when it was Morocco, USA, you knew damn well I was at least doing that one. And then I saw I had nothing today, and Mexico was playing today. So I was like, might as well, because Gilberto Mora is on fire. So here we are. You're shocked, but here we are. Here we are. I feel like I need to pay y'all back for that shit show of a match. The CONCACAF match on, what, was it Friday? Yeah, it was Friday. The one I want 2 hours of my life back for. With that being said, starting 11s. Hockey season started. Is Toronto doing so far? They're doing well, I would say. I think the Leafs are doing well. With that being said, let's get this going. Starting 11s are as follows. For Mexico, in goal, we have Emmanuel Ochoa, the back three of Everardo del Villar. We have Diego Ochoa. We have Jose Pachuca. The midfield four of Alexi Dominguez, Elias Montiel, Obed Vargas, and Cesar Garza. Iker Fimbres, the 10. And the front two, Tahiel Jimenez and Gilberto Mora. For Argentina in goal, we have Santino Barbie. The midfield, or the back four of Dillon Gorosito. We have Valente Perani. We have Tobias Ramirez. We have Julio Soler. The midfield two of Milton Delgado and Valentino Acuna. The midfield attacking three of Tomas Perez. We have Maher Carrizo and Gianluca Prestiani. And up top, we have Alejo Sarco, the leading scorer. It's going to be a crazy series, but I think the Jays have a good chance. The more I watch of Seattle, the more I think Toronto has a good chance. So we'll find out tomorrow. We're going to see how it starts tomorrow. We'll be live for that. But first, we'll be live for USA Morocco at 3 p.m. Then we will be live for the Toronto Blue Jays game at 7. So we are doing both. Everybody gets what they want, the Morocco USA U20 World Cup game, because if it did well during the Olympics, it's a similar situation here. Let's see if we can make lightning strike twice. But the personal side is I got to watch the Jays game, and we will watch that on Sunday as well. So we got 2 streams, 2 reviews tomorrow. Even if it went to extra time, I still think I'd be able to make a review for the USA Morocco game and put it up before I do the Jays game. But 4, 5 to 6. Yeah, it might be a tighter squeeze if it goes to extra time or penalties, but I think it should be able to. I could still fit both in. How we doing, Dillon? How we doing, Sun? It's on October 25th. West Point hockey game soon. They're doing this thing where you can bring skates after the game and go on ice and skate with the players. That's cool. That is cool. That is cool. How we doing, Dillon? How we doing, Sun? Detroit should have won. I was disappointed. I really wanted Detroit to win. I won't lie. That's what happens when you can't bring home runners in scoring position when you have like 7 straight innings of somebody on second and you earn that second base runner. I mean, if anybody could, it's either this USA team or this Mexico team. It's got to be this year. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen this year. Let's not forget, Mexico did win the Olympics in 2012, U23s. So it's not been out of the realm of possibility that a CONCACAF team can win a under Senior World Cup, a Youth World Cup. It's not against the realm of possibility. But if it's going to happen, I mean, we could easily have 2 CONCACAF teams in the semifinals of this tournament. We easily can with the way both teams are playing and the players that they have. And the Mexican national anthem to be played first. So it could happen. If it's going to happen, it's going to be this year. Mexico look very top. Watching Oregon versus Indiana. Latin showdown. Here we go. Indiana's up 27-20. Oh, yeah, I did say Indiana would win that game. Come on, Indiana. Yeah, if I wasn't doing the Morocco-USA game, well, I only did that Dublin game because the Steelers were playing. I hope you know that. I hope you know the only reason I did that game is because the Steelers were playing. I was like, oh, the Steelers are playing in Ireland. That's awesome. And it's 8 in the morning. You know what? Screw it. I'll wake up early and do it. That's the only reason I did it. I didn't do the Browns versus Vikings game. I could care less. And Denver versus the Jets. Honestly, no. No disrespect, no. I only did the... But if I want to do a Morocco, USA, I'd consider it. But not like back-to-back-to-back. No. Pretty much. With all the stuff I've been doing, I feel like I'm about to burn out if I'm not careful. So do with that what you will. Do with that what you will. Do that what you will. Cesar Garza is a solid baller. I watched him versus Celtic. Mexico has some good players. They really do. Especially at the U20 level, they have some good players. The Blues won 4-2. Nice. I have Argentinian anthem. Here we go. How we doing, Left Turn? How we doing, Henry? But I'm interested to see how this game goes. I said I was being harsh. I admitted I was being harsh. Players shaking hands. Here we go. I admitted I was being harsh. Starting 11, Ochoa, Everardo Lopez, Diego Ochoa, Rodrigo Pachuca, Alexi Dominguez, Elias Montiel, Cesar Garza, Iker Fimbres, Obed Vargas, Gilberto Mora, and Tayel Jimenez for Mexico. Dominguez, Montiel, Garza, Fimbres, and Vargas are on yellow cards. So they have to watch out. I think they would reset by the semis, so they got to watch out. Avalanche. Jets won a hard-fought win earlier, too. Well, good. Morales on the bench. Levy on the bench. Camberos on the bench. Padilla on the bench. I didn't say... I was taking shots at the Scottish League a couple of weeks ago or whatever it was. I wasn't taking shots at him. I didn't say anything bad about Garza. I said he was a solid player. First time I talked about him, I said he was a solid player. Jalal Jayed is the center ref from Morocco. Now, I was talking shit about the Scottish League a couple of weeks ago, but I was being harsh. But even though I admitted I was being harsh, it's still over my head like a freaking sword of Damocles. But either way. Starting 11, Barbie, Soler, Ramirez, Pirani, Gorosito, Delgado, Perez, Prestiani, Acuna, Carrizo, Alejo Sarco for Argentina. So, to be clear, I didn't say nothing bad about Garza. To be clear, I did shit on the Scottish League a couple of weeks ago, but I did not. To be real, I don't even know why. I was pissed off when I did it. I'm not going to lie. When I was being harsh, I was pissed off. For what reason, I don't remember. I was pissed off. So I took it out on the Scottish League and diminished it to a level that I shouldn't have, to be real. Who's more obsessed with who, Mexico, Argentina, or Argentina with Mexico? Honestly, I'd say Argentina with Mexico with Argentina, actually. I don't think Argentina cares, really. I don't think, I don't know if, I wouldn't say they like Mexico, but I don't think they look at Mexico like Mexico looks at Argentina. I don't. I think they get dragged into it more times than not, Argentina, my opinion. Well, Aberdeen should be able to make the Conference League knockout stage. Rangers, Celtics, the Champions League, they ain't going to go far. And we're off. Rangers, we'll see about the Europa League, but hopefully if they fire Martin, then they might get something done. But we'll see what happens there. And we're off. 0-0, settle. Of course, there's a possibility for extra time in this game if it's tied after 90, as normal FIFA rules state. And we will keep on watching. So let's just remember that's the case. Playing forward. And a foul, free kick for Mexico. Mexico's done very well in this tournament. Gilberto Mora has absolutely carried them throughout this tournament. Argentina has the top score. Two very good teams here. Two very good teams. Argentina being Argentina, and Mexico very much could have a golden generation on their hands if they prove that they're actually worth a damn and win this game. Because I will agree with, I think Blitzo sent me a clip of some podcast. I don't remember exactly what. But they were talking about the fact of, like, if Mexico wins this game, that shows this generation's for real. And it also kind of depends on how the loss would look as well. If it's on penalties, but a tough-fought loss, I could get behind them still being for real. But if they get their shit rocked, like 3-0, they're not for real. They're just like every other Mexican golden generation, possible golden generation they've had. It's just like every other one. The last time they played at a U20 or a Youth World Cup against Argentina, the Chicharito youth era, they got stomped out by Argentina. So let's see if Gilberto Mora and Obed Vargas and Garza and Fimbres are any different. And Elias Montiel. We cannot forget about Elias Montiel. He's that good. And he's still at Pachuca. He hasn't moved yet? Why has he not moved yet? Seriously. Now, that's a guy who needs scouting at this tournament. Not Gilberto Mora. Even though Elias Montiel, I'm not saying that because Elias Montiel, I'm not making it sound like Elias Montiel's bad. He was at the Club World Cup, though. But Gilberto Mora seems to have real smoke about him going to Europe very soon. I mean, I thought there was a rumor or two about Gilberto or Elias Montiel going to Europe, but turns out that didn't really seem to percolate. So 3 minutes in, 0-0. Happy Thanksgiving to the Canadians. Yep, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving. And guess what? Monday, Thanksgiving Day, there's a Toronto Blue Jays game. There's 2 Thanksgiving weekend Toronto Blue Jays games. Praise the Lord. You love to see it. That's the best thing ever. Is Thanksgiving Day, home Toronto Blue Jays playoff games. Yes. I remember 2015, the ALDS. Thanksgiving weekend, Thanksgiving games. I think 16 to cut it close, but 15 though. Yeah, it was also during the federal election as well. Like, that was a crazy month. Happy Thanksgiving spirit to the rest of the world. Personally, I'm going to say this. Here's what I'd love. Here's what I love about Canadian Thanksgiving. You have Thanksgiving on a Monday in October, and then in November, I don't have to celebrate. I wouldn't have to celebrate Thanksgiving. I could just watch the Egg Bowl. Have an Egg Bowl party like a Super Bowl party. So, awesome. Deviled eggs might pop out there as well, but either way. I like it. That sounds awesome to me. I'm down with that. I love that. So. 5 minutes in. Mexico playing forward, but enough about Canadian Thanksgiving and it being a month earlier than American Thanksgiving. 5 minutes in. Enough about that. 5 minutes in, Mexico playing forward. They're looking really good. They're not afraid of Argentina, I'll tell you that right now. Playing forward, good block. Mexico ain't afraid. Milton Delgado's on Boca Juniors, figures they have one. I mean, I would think there'd be more River and Boca players on a U20 Argentinian team. Like, if there's one, that's not really a good sign, Like, that's not really a good sign, but that kind of just shows you. See, Barbie, Talleres, Gorosito, they don't know it on FOTMob. Estudiantes Perani, Ramirez Argentinos, Bournemouth for Soler, Perez, we have Porto, Delgado Boca, Carrizo, Velez, Acuna, Newells, Prestiani, Benfica, Sarko, Bayer Leverkusen. Yep. 6 minutes in. Player down, hurt. I agree, but I don't think they'll do that. All right, playing forwards Argentina. Busso, Velez, their bench, Gomez, Valencia, Pagano. Playing forward, goal, Argentina scores. It's 1-0 already. Already 1-0. Carrizo. Off the restart, Argentina 0-1, Carrizo. Mexico. So, that was against the run of play. That was, Buffs won. Ooh, that was not what you wanted. So, there you go. Argentina, 9 minutes in, the ball played forward, found all the way, ran forward, Carrizo, top of the box, and he just shoots. There's a save, and there's Carrizo from the back post. There's the play, shot, and then it falls to Carrizo. He puts in the rebound. Rebound for Carrizo. 0-1. 0-1. We got Maher Carrizo. Maher Carrizo. Camberos is in. Mexico at 10 men. Yep, Dominguez is off for Camberos. An injury sub leads to the goal, and it's the 9th minute. 0-1, 0-1. Argentina. Mexico's got some work to do. Why does Mexico always lose to Argentina? Because Argentina has a better, well, just group of players, just a talent level. They have a higher talent level on paper than Mexico. So in the end, you have a team that it's very hard for them to grow into a team that has more to them. Mexico's always the underdog. Like, they have good talent, but not to the level of what Argentina has. Free kick for Mexico. And even Mexico's best players, it's hard to out-quality a different team. Well, I mean, technically, no, the U20s aren't the world champs, but, you know. But the country of the world champion, sure, but they're either way. Playing forward, here comes Mexico. Can they find an answer? Playing through, and that bounces and cleared away. Acuna brothers playing, yep. Cleared away. 12 minutes in. Playing forward. Mexico gets the ball back, 13 minutes. -1, 0-1. Argentina, they got one against the run of play while a player was injured, that being Dominguez, and now Mexico has to climb out of the hole. Let's see what they're really made of. Let's look at their fixtures throughout this tournament. That was a Ravello bronze final, June 15. 2-2 draw against Mexico or Brazil. They had the lead, then lost it. They were behind and came back 10 minutes later. So they faced adversity, but much bigger level of adversity here. Had the lead over Spain, blew it. Had the lead or got behind and then came back with a second goal. So again, they they've been good at coming back from 1-goal deficits, had the lead and beat Morocco. Chile, they beat the shit out of Chile. So, but the first 2 games against some higher level opposition, Mexico have found ways to come back from a goal down. But in both those games, again, they had the lead first and then lost the lead later on and then got the draw back. So here they do not have the lead. So that is a different sort of level of pressure. So Argentina, if we look at them, let's see. Goals allowed. 1-1-0-0. They've allowed 2 goals this tournament to Australia, Cuba, and Australia. But they didn't to Italy. Okay, that's okay. Free kick for Argentina, 15th minute. You think all CONCACAF finals possible? If Mexico comes back and wins, yes. We also could easily just have 0 CONCACAF teams left in this tournament at the end of the weekend. Probably the closest we've ever been to an all-CONCACAF final of a meaningful tournament. Save and punched over the bar by Ochoa. Good punch. Good punch. Corner for Argentina with the lead. 0-1, 0-1. You know, I still think Mexico have been the more at-it team, but they were unlucky to give up the goal down a man due to injury. Prestiani to take corner. So that is interesting. Cross in. Cleared away. $16 minutes. Spicer and Sealy scored, I saw. Good game for Trinidad. They needed that, though. Mexico's trying to keep this close. That's the first thing you got to do, then score. One 0. Seattle just left Seattle. The Mariners just left Seattle to get to Toronto. Save for Ochoa playing forward. Sealy's a European club player waiting to happen. Yeah, but here's the thing. Playing forward. Oh, what a save by Ochoa. Am I that behind? Really? Is FS2? Yep, it is. Well, thank you for pointing that out. Good save by Ochoa. Penn State lost to Northwestern. Corner. 18th minute. Sealy is the man. You're up by January. Well, that's good. Means Montreal won't have him. I mean, if a European team comes in with a good offer, he's going. You do realize how cheap and profit-driven Saputo is. Could be interesting. So let's just wait and see how that plays out. Playing forward, 18 minutes in. During the second half of this game, we'll keep an eye on the Chicago-Milwaukee game. playing forward for Mexico. Blocked away. Bro, overhyped Mexico too much. Which is funny because playing forward, I think everybody did. I think everybody, even the USA to a certain extent, we haven't seen them play, but, you know, now we haven't seen the USA play Morocco yet, but even it seems like both CONCACAF U20 teams have been really hyped going into these knockout rounds. And it's not like they haven't played well. Mexico and the USA have played very well. Like, you could say they both deserve being hyped as they are. Ball crossed in, header cleared away, just a little bit away from a Mexican player. There'll be a free kick for Argentina, underway in Chicago. What game is that? I'm guessing Miami, I think. No, they just played underway in Chicago. The NLDS game doesn't start till 7. So, and yet they're playing in Milwaukee anyway, so. What? That was weird. Okay, we're fine. And that's going to be 1-0 Argentina. It still is. Okay, I was worried. Morocco's dangerous. They are. Hopefully it gives me a lot of views talking about them, though. Like the last time. 21st minute. Player down hurt for Argentina. Pete Alonso expected to see contract to 7 years this offseason. At least 7 years. Yeah, he's gone. He won't be a Met anymore. #21st minute. #22 minutes. There's a VAR review request for Mexico. A review request for Mexico. So looking forward to AFCON couple of months. Yeah, I'm interested to see how the knockout stage does, coverage-wise. There's a review request for Mexico. They reviewing for a penalty. They want a penalty. Mexico wants a penalty, and they've challenged the play. I don't think so. I mean, he did hit his leg, but the ball was pushed forward by Mora. But yes, this is a new rule for VAR. The versus review in FIFA being trialed at the U20 World Cup, and let's see what Mexico gets for their challenge. Challenge has been added to football, at least now. And no penalty is the decision. Yeah, I didn't think so. Good call. Good call. If it was a penalty, that would have been a bad call. Horrible challenge, but right call. Like, the ball was pushed forward by Mora, then his leg was hit. This ain't the World Juniors. Leg to leg ain't a freaking. This ain't the World Junior Hockey Championships. Leg to leg isn't a foul. The only place, and I know it's a different sport, but the only place leg to leg is a penalty, at least called like it is, the World Juniors. You don't see that stuff called in big games, big major league games. You don't. Whether it be hockey or football. It's really just a 24th minute. Either way. Ball was out of the realm, out of his personal circle. Let's put it like that. So, good call. Bad challenge, good call. I don't know. I like the, but you know what? I like the challenge system. I think that's kind of cool. Oregon lost. Yes, I told you Indiana would win. I told you Indiana would beat Oregon. I called it. I don't think it's like Mississippi State, Arizona State. I don't think it's the same type of game. We played our best game just like Florida State did. 2-2-10 teams. Florida State played their best game against a team, the biggest team they played to that point in the season. Probably one of the biggest teams they'll play all season. And they won. Mississippi State played their best game against a team who beat them last year and also went to the playoff and is the biggest team they played at that point. They don't look as good as they did that week, and that could be injuries, I would say. But 25th minute. They played some big teams. Free kick for Mexico. Free kick for Mexico. Free kick over the top. Punched away. That's out for corner. Corner. 0-1, 0-1. Mexico needs to get one back. They've done a good job getting back from deficits. They've done a good job of that when they've had leads and then blew the leads. Corner for Mora. Header cleared away. Perfect cross, but it just not in the right position. Just a little bit off. And that's a steal. And Argentina is a 2-on-1. A 2-on-1 and no foul. Perfect defensive play to stop that from being a goal or a shot on goal. Perfect defensive play. 27th minute. 0-1, 0-1. Playing forward. Playing forward. So. Playing forward. Villalba's on for Argentina. 28th minute, early sub. 2 of them, 1 for each team. Both injury-based, I would say. Playing forward. '28th minute. Nil 1, 0-1. Playing forward. Over the top. Headed away. Mexico keeps it alive, trying to find an answer. Again, tied. We have extra time after 90. Then a penalty shootout. Playing forward. Oh. So the winner of this plays Colombia in the semifinals. We're either going to have a U20 version of the Copa America final or Mexico versus another CONMEBOL team if they can come back and win. USA, Morocco will play the winner of Norway and France. And there will be a confirmed UEFA team from that match. Spain could have been in the semifinals as a UEFA team, but no, because they lost to Colombia. That's crazy, though. Kind of shocking, if we're being real. 30th minute. Nil 1, 0-1. Y'all need to focus. Playing forward. Europe got spanked in this tournament. Does Norway U20 have this next Holland or something? Honestly, Norway has been really growing into an actual good team at the worst time possible because Italy's either way. Italy could still win their World Cup qualifiers group if Norway draws to Estonia and Italy wins their games, wins out. It could still happen. As long as they win every game but Norway, they will go to the playoff at least. But I'd prefer Norway to choke. Again, they won't. Italy does host that final game, though. But the Estonia draw or Estonia somehow winning. Estonia did keep it close compared to the most of the teams in that group against Norway. So, who knows? Maybe. Italy starts to win out, though. At least it's pretty obvious we'll at least get second as long as we don't completely screw up. Damn. Either way. Then again, the last two times the World Cup came around, Italy screwed it up at the playoffs, so maybe. Depending on how they time the World Cup playoff, Intercontinental playoff, maybe I will cover the Italy playoff games in March, if that's where they go. Go to the net. Speaking of, hey, Mexico, go to the net! And you just gave the ball away. Good clearance. When I say net, I don't mean let them go to the net. You go to the net. How you win games? How do you win football matches or hockey games? How? Right, you go to the net! Garza saved Mexico there. He did. Ball crossed in. Argentina has it. 0-1. 0-1. Headed away. Why does Italy suck now? I have about as much ideas why as you do. None. I say it's a boys' club. They're fine with mediocrity as long as it's purely Italian. They ain't gonna freaking get a manager who isn't Italian to make them better. Mediocrity that's purely Italian. Maybe at some point you just got to make the move. I don't know. Sometimes you just got to make the move. I mean, Italy probably should get a manager who isn't Italian. I think we might be high past time to do that, but either way. But, or yeah. Ball crossed in. Header. Shot blocked away. Mexico's trying to open one up. That's over the bar. 35th minute. Huh. '35th minute. Sad to see third best league in the world plus champions in such a state. Yeah. It's hell. Power play for the Habs. Well, what else can I say? The final division series game will be the Cubs versus Brewers. The winner will go on to play the Dodgers, and we'll have the Final Four at the end of the night. Seattle and Toronto playing for the American League, and then Milwaukee or Chicago playing LA for the National League. The Toronto Blue Jays are 4 games away from the World Series, and they're 8 games away from a championship. 8 wins, I should say. Can't wait. But first off, we got to deal with this game, then the Morocco-USA game before we ever get to that. Be here before you know it, though. 36th minute, 0-1, settle uno. I mean, Mexico, you hate it for them. I'll be real. That goal happened from a rebound where they were down a man. They're fighting. But Argentina just, hell, I think both teams have made some really last-ditch saves and clearances to keep from goals going in. Mexico don't look so bad, though. It sucks to be in a hole, but I don't think Mexico looked that bad, all things considered. And that's a free kick for Mexico. All things considered, I don't think they look that bad. 4 shots per team, 0 shots on goal to 4 shots on goal. Kind of tells you the whole story. More possession for Mexico, but they're chasing the game, but still. More accurate passes. More tackles. I mean, if I was a Mexican fan, I wouldn't be so mad. Acuna took the shot. Seibo Ochoa, rebound from Carrizo. And a yellow card for Delgado, so Acuna took the shot that got rebounded to Carrizo. Okay. Had to make sure for that. Yellow card for Argentina. Probably no. Maybe if they somehow finish 8-2. If they somehow finish, or what? No. If they somehow finish 10-2 or 9, mine. Maybe after the bowl game as well. But I don't see them finishing 9-3 or 10-2. I don't. Maybe 7-5, 8-4, somewhere around there. I don't think that's even with a bowl game, unless they just totally just dropped. Header, that's nowhere near. That's going to go out. Unless they just curb stomp the team, I don't think so. I don't think so. And they never got into the top 25 anyway. So receiving votes, yes, but they never got into the top 25, which is sort of, I feel like they should have been in after the NIU game. They weren't, but either way. So they wouldn't be back. If you mean back in after a while, then yeah, sure. But this year, though, they haven't even been in it to start besides receiving vote. Nobody talks about the receiving vote teams unless they're a fan of those teams. Let's be real. 40th minute. But again, speaking of top 25, I told you Indiana would be in. I told you. I had a feeling. I called it. I freaking called it. Is all I'm saying. I called that. It's like I have a feeling Indiana might beat Oregon. Well, called it. Could have sworn I called it on stream. Could have sworn I did. I know I put it on my ESPN Pick'em game, but I know I said it on stream too. Before today, I knew I said it. Indiana might actually be really good. Playing forward, that's out for a goal kick. Nil 1, 0-1. Playing forward, maybe Argentina will screw up like the Tigers. Well, I mean, they haven't put away any goals since the first goal, so if you want to go there. Playing forward, 42 minutes. Argentina been better, but Mexico's not out of it yet. I mean, I think Mexico, with the possession they've had and playing forward and a free kick for Argentina, that was a stupid tackle. See, those are the mistakes that get you. Those are the mistakes that get you. Whoa. Rodrigo Pachuca with a yellow. Fair enough. 43rd minute. Fair enough. Honestly, though, if Mexico lost this game like this, I don't think you could say that this golden generation is a failure and it's not for real. I don't think it's not that type of game. If they lost 1-0 like this, it's not that type of game. As I referred to earlier, it's not that type of game. It's not. So, another power play for Montreal. Y'all better cash in. Free kick for Argentina. Over the top, free kick over the bar, goal kick for Mexico. I told Indiana's a really good team. They might actually win the freaking Big Ten. They're actually... It's funny. Holy shit. FSU lost to Pitt. Playing forward. How in the hell? Like, yeah, Florida State might actually be shit. 44th minute. And Albert Pujols is the first choice of Artie Moreno to be the new Angels manager. Good job, Chaim Bloom. Good job. Oli Marmol is still the Cardinals manager. You better hope Yachty doesn't go on Albert's staff. You better not. I've heard that's a possibility. And, I mean, let's not forget, Yachty's brother played for the Angels for the longest time, Benji Molina. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that Albert takes one of his best friends who wants to manage as well, whose brother used to play for the Angels to help be his bench coach in Anaheim. It's not out of the realm of possibility. I might puke more at that than Albert in the Angels jersey. 4 minutes. At least Albert wore Angels jersey for 10 years. Finished work today. I'm home. Got tickets to an Islanders game. Hey, have fun. I don't know why you're sorry about that. Have fun. Life's about having fun. To me, this is what fun is. To you, hey, maybe you want to go out. Me, I could freaking care less. Playing forward. Shot save. So, hey, have fun. You ain't got to be sorry about nothing. Have fun. You're alive. Islanders getting smashed 2-0 in the first period. Okay, maybe it's not fun then. But either way. Damn, I guess that Schaefer dude ain't doing what people thought he would. Okay. 3 minutes to go. Get into the second. Yeah, but they're a team who had the first pick, so it's a different sort of. Like the Leafs, I believe they could come back. If they're down after the first, I still believe they could come back. The Jets, they're a team that, unless I'm proven wrong, I believe could come back after being down the first period. The Blues, less so, but I believe they can. They had a really bad opening night, but the Blues bounced back today against the Calgary Flames, so that's good. I'd say Calgary's at a similar level as Minnesota, so good bounce back. But three minutes of stoppage time in, so it depends on who it is. The Islanders, they're not the Sabres, so there's a little bit of belief that they could come back, but they ain't the Leafs either. Header. Shot that's going to go wide and be a goal kick. So it just depends, really. I mean, yeah, the Islanders aren't the Sabres. If that's any consolation, they're not the Sabres. I don't think the Sabres, once they go down, they're done. Let's be real. Let's be totally real. And no matter how much better they think it'll get, it never does. It never does. Let's remember the Sabres goalie with the best save percentage last year was James Reimer, who the Leafs proceeded to tell, no, we aren't going to sign you after your PTO. Screw off. So what does that tell you? Playing forward, clear away. I mean, I don't disagree, especially depending on who you are. I mean, the Islanders are better than the Sabres. I'd say they have a higher chance than them to come back. Hockey's a weird sport. Sometimes it goes your way, though. It just depends on the flow of the game, but as well as. But either way. And that's halftime. 0-1. 0-1 miro tiempo. Argentina líder. 0-1 de la partido. 45 more minutes. Can Mexico at least find one to send this to extra time at the very least? Or can they find two in the second half? We're going to find out. With that being said, it's time to be back. Take a short break. Talk about the stats at the half. Get this one going. Argentina leads. With that being said, we'll take a short break. We'll be back. Oh, look, a Blue Jays commercial. Lovely. On the Fox broadcast of the game. Nice. On that, we'll take a break. We're back for the stats at the half. Good. With that being said, stats at the half. 74% possession, 26% possession, 5 shots to 5, 1 shot on goal to 4. That's the big decider right there. We have 220 accurate passes, 82% pass accuracy to 60, 67%, 8 fouls to 9, 2 corners to 3, 5 shots to 5, 1 shot on goal to 4, 267 pass to 89, 82% pass accuracy to 67, 6-7. Couldn't help it. 12 throws to 10, 0 offside to 0, 1 yellow card to 2, 0 red cards to 0, 0-1, 0-1 middle tiempo. Argentina, I wouldn't say they're the better team. They have the goal, but they got it off of a down-a-man mistake by Mexico. Horrible rebound. You cannot let that through, and they couldn't clear it. Perfect goal. I mean, Argentina heads up for sure. Mexico, they've made a couple of mistakes. Mexico's made a couple of mistakes that put them in a position as to where they're down. They cannot make the mistakes they're making. Some bad tackles, the giveaway free kicks, the rebound. They're starting to feel a little bit desperate, even though they have a lot more possession, a lot more connected passes, a lot more forward play. It looks to me that Mexico, as is, seem to not look too good. Leafs are up 2-0. Let's go. So it's an interesting match. Mexico could come back. I wouldn't be totally surprised, but it's going to be interesting. So we'll see how the second half goes. But Mexico, they can fight. They can find their way back. They just have to be a little bit more calm, collected, and find their way back. Argentina are there. They just have to find but we'll see how the second half goes. Interested to see how it goes. But we shall see how the second half goes. Mexico can find their way back. Going to be an interesting match for sure. 1-0. (1-0), 0-1, Argentina, líder de la partido. Argentina leads the match. 45 minutes, of course, tie game. We go to extra time, as is normal. But I think also you could see Mexico were kind of desperate after being into that early hole, because remember when they challenged the penalty, trying to get a penalty in the box? There was nothing there. There was nothing there. I think they totally played themselves thinking they could get that challenge to work. But we're going to see. But we'll see how the second half goes. Should be starting any minute now. 1:43 till the second half. Should be starting any minute now. as well as the Chicago Cubs Milwaukee Brewers game. And Argentina and Mexico are about to come out. And here we go, the second half. We will begin. Can Mexico come back and win this game? You would hope so. Prestiani. There'll be 2 subs for Argentina. 2 subs for Argentina. Wait. Silvetti, is that the Miami kid? Silvetti. Matteo Silvetti, the kid who plays for Miami. Yep. Coming in for Argentina. We have a Miami player coming in for Argentina, just not the one you would expect. Silvetti. Sarko and Acuna are off. Oh, they're taking off their striker. Their golden boot striker's getting taken off. For Andrada and Silvetti. Ooh. Okay. You have the lead. Feel like that's a bit dangerous, but okay. I feel like that's a bit dangerous. Feels a bit cocky to me. And Argentina to kick off the second half. We're off. Excuse me. And we're off. They've taken off their golden boot striker. Well, okay, Benjamin Kromashki, but third place golden boot striker, but still. That's wild. Top 3 golden boot top players, so we'll go with it. Kromashki actually does have the golden boot, though. But top 3 is Sarko. So, yeah, we'll go with it. But they've taken off their golden boot contender striker through one half of the game. I mean, that's a move. They have a 1-0 lead, but that's a move. I gotta say, that's a move. Like your golden boot striker, contender striker, off at the half when you have a 1-0 lead. Either they're really going to try to park the bus, or they're trying to get another without their golden boot striker, who seemed to do most of the damage. Who seemed to do most of the damage for that team. So it's interesting, but playing forward. Argentina clears it away. Mexico gets back to the ball. It's out for a throw in for El Tri. Benjamin Kromashki is finally good, or maybe Miami made him bad. I mean, I think he was a good player, but here's the thing. I don't think Mascherano wanted to use Kromashki. I don't think he wanted to use it. Even though he's Argentinian, I don't think he wanted to use him. And it made him look worse by comparison. Over the top. Kromashki didn't look bad until Mascherano took the job. That'd be a free kick for Argentina. So it's good that he went to Palma. It's good that he did that. Playing forward. Be a free kick for Argentina. Yellow card for Mexico. 48th minute. So playing forward. Ooh. Mascherano sucks so bad on so many levels. He's literally a downgrade from Tata. Well, I mean, yeah, that's true. I agree with that. Now, here's the thing. I do think Tata is a better manager than Sharundalo. So if he is the LAFC manager, I think LAFC made a good hire outside of their realm, outside of their circle to replace Sharundalo. Mascherano. It feels like they wanted Xavi, like they wanted one of Messi's friends who are a manager. They wanted Xavi, and either Xavi said no or Mascherano really twerked for the job and they just gave it to him. I still think Xavi would be, I think he would do fine at Miami. I really do. But with how things are going for Xavi, he might take that job now. So who knows? Maybe it takes a little bit. Second period about to start. So I think Xavi would be a good replacement for knowing Messi's only really wants to be managed by his friends. I think Xavi would be a good manager for Miami. I really do. First pitch against is a ball. Actually, no. 2 outs already by the Cubs. Playing forward. Xavi would have been good, but aren't they all retired now? Well, Messi isn't. Suarez, I haven't heard. But Alba and Busquets are, yes. Alba and Busquets are retiring. DePaul is still going to be playing, of course. Suarez, I haven't heard. He hasn't said anything. Suarez hasn't said a word. Header. Suarez hasn't said a word. Like, Jordi Alba retiring before Suarez just seems nuts to me. It really does. I won't lie. Like, Jordi Alba still seems like he has it comparatively to Busquets and Suarez. Like, Busquets retiring, that doesn't surprise me. That, he should, frankly. Suarez should. I'm surprised he hasn't said he's retiring. Jordi Alba saying he's retiring, that was like, what? The man still has it. What? 52 minutes in. Like, he's, like, when it comes down to it, Jordi Alba's just got to be really disappointed with the, disappointed with what Miami is. Favorite player on Newcastle. I mean, Anthony Gordon. Fair. Brewers, because they're basically the Blue Jays. Like the Brewers, the NL version of the Blue Jays with less stars. They don't strike out. They situationally hit well. They can hit home runs. They can pitch. They can run the bases. Like the Brewers are the Jays. And when our bullpen was totally ass, they gave us a lot of problems when we played in Toronto. So referees go call for a free kick, but no cards. So Cubbies, the Cubs versus the Blue Jays, the Cubs would absolutely be destroyed by the Jays. Brewers, I think we could beat. I think we have the bigger star power lineup, but it's going to be interesting because we both have a similar style of baseball. Dodgers, I think the Jays could do to the Dodgers what they did to the Yankees. So honestly, if there's an NLCS, if it's Brewers Dodgers, would I be happier to see it be Brewers or Jays? As in, like, if the Jays lose, at least the Brewers won it for Bob Uecker, and I could be happy for Milwaukee? Yeah. Would I rather face the Dodgers because I think they're very flawed, like the Yankees? Yes, and we'd have home field. But if we lose, I'm going to be pissed. You know, like, if we lose, I'm not going to like it. Like, if it's the Brewers, I'll be like, you know what? They did it for Bob Uecker, and they played just like us, and they beat us at a chess match. There you go. And they had home field, so there you go. Over the top, shot wide. They had home field. They beat us in a chess match. You know, that type of stuff. They did it for Bob Uecker. You know? Cubs, they're not. Well, who knows? Maybe they will win. Who knows? Kyle Tucker struck out swinging. Brewers coming up to bat. So you look at it, you're like, okay, that makes sense. But for me, very interestingly, I think the Jays, out of the 3 NL teams that are left, would do, if it's the Cubs versus Dodgers, I'd love to see the Cubs upset the Dodgers because the Blue Jays would kill them. The Blue Jays would kill the Cubs. Like, if the Cubs could upset the Dodgers and the Blue Jays were in the World Series, just give us a rings. Just give us a rings. That's it. Just give us a rings. That's it. The Dodgers at least would have a chance to beat us. Shot goal! Argentina against the run of play gets a second. And the Miami kid Silvetti, Matteo Silvetti, makes it 2-0. Cero esta noche, Argentina. Silvetti, goal. Beats the defender and just slots it home. What a run by Silvetti. What a run. What a run by Silvetti. The defense is so trash, I'm telling you. It's a wonder they've only allowed 2. They were both against the run of play, but yeah, that's probably game. That's probably game. Ball played through. Silvetti beats the defense. Dude, how do you had the angle. How does he score on that? Matteo Silvetti. Seriously, he had the angle. The defender had the angle. What was he doing? Bustos had the angle. What was he doing? That has no business going in. Amazing run. Heads up play. How do you have the angle and just miss that tackle? Horrible timing. 55th minute. 0-2. 0-2. Argentina leads. So I guess we will have one CONCACAF team left no matter what. Well, going in to the next match day, but after it might be 0 CONCACAF. I think Mexico might be cooked. If they struggle trying to break out of a 1-0 hole, they ain't going to break out of a 2-0 hole. I think their magic run is ending. Playing forward. Mexico. They got to get it here. And no, they don't. That was a Prime chance and they missed it. Prime chance and they missed it. Well, playing forward. 59th minute. Oh, what are you doing? Yeah, Mexico's starting to come apart at the seams. Mora goes down, and that's a free kick for Mexico. He ran into him. Okay. Tactically, just not the day, man. Tactically, no. It's not good enough. It's not good enough at all. Mora's been absolutely pocketed. Garza's been absolutely pocketed. Vargas has been pocketed. Montiel's been pocketed. It just seems like the talent that they have can't break through. Argentina's just that team. Mexico can't beat Argentina. Still. Well, room temp Coca-Cola. Free kick for Mexico. Header. I feel like cold pizza is just no. No. Cold pizza for no on cold pizza for two reasons. One, I feel like that if you just took it out of the box a morning later, I really don't want to risk getting food poisoning from that. I'd rather warm it up at the very least. And second of all, it just doesn't sensory issues. Cold pizza, sensory issues. You know, playing forward. Sometimes. Now, I mean, like hot Coca-Cola that's been like stuck in a freaking car while you're like out of the car doing some random shit. Or like you're in a mall for like 2 hours. Or like you're traveling and something. I don't know. No. Hot Coca-Cola, no. Room temp, I could live with it. I could live with it. Didn't say I would love it, but I could live with it. I can live with it. 61st minute. Throw in for Argentina. Do you think Mexico and Colombia will tie? If Gilberto Moro was playing for the senior team, I'd say yes. But since he's not, no. Colombia win. Colombia win. Look. Playing forward, 62nd minute. Sometimes autocorrect does that. And Milwaukee Brewers have a 1-0 lead off a home run by William Contreras. Okay, there you go. Playing forward. So, what are we thinking? Shot save by Ochoa. When it comes to the Jays game tomorrow, should I wear the same blue jersey I wore during the ALDS, or should I wear a different jersey? Why Mora just play for these international friendlies? Because I guess Mexico wanted a chance to actually win the U20 World Cup, and they thought, why not send him? playing well throughout the tournament today. He's been sort of persona non grata, but other than that, in play out. So the Cubs get out of the first with a 1-0 deficit. There you go. Cleared away. Argentina with a block shot. Well, I mean, I did wear that gray jersey for game 4. So just like so basically, at least for the home games, until they lose a home game, we'll wear the royal blue Old Faithful jersey until they lose a home game. Because I already stopped wearing it during the away games because I wore the gray jersey during the game 4 that they won the bullpen game for. So home games, how about that? So game 1 and 2, because I mean there will be game 2 as I'm watching a CONCACAF match, the Honduras game. So we'll watch. Won't be a full review, but I'll watch part of it on there. So games 1 and 2, I'll wear the Blue Jays jersey that I wore during games 1 and 2 and 3 of the Yankee series. And then when we go away, I'll wear different things. Unless they lose, well. And then if they lose game 2, if they come back for a game 6, I'll wear something different. And also the blue and white Blue Jays jersey kind of works for a Honduras game, considering, they wear blue and white. So, cool. It works perfectly. 65th, yeah, we'll go with that. But they need game 1 so badly, I swear. If the Jays don't get game 1, we're cooked. I'm just going to be real. The Jays need game 1. And Mexico goes forward and no penalty. Chelsea are interested in Obed Vargas. Okay, awesome. We already had a filled up midfield. Like we have Enzo and freaking Caicedo. We want Obed Vargas. Enjoy 2 years in Strasbourg, Obed. Good player, but enjoy 2 years in Strasbourg before you ever play for Chelsea at the very least. 65th minute. Or enjoy being in a 30-person locker room. Either way. And barely playing except for the Carabao Cup. I mean, Obed's good, but I don't see him pushing out Caicedo. A VAR check. VAR review request for Mexico. So they got another review request. Well, Garnacho's not a midfielder. I mean, if he did go, yeah, sure. Give me Obed Vargas for sure. But VAR review for a penalty. Mexico challenges for a penalty. I mean, this one's closer than the other one. I don't know if it's locked on. This one's closer than the other one. Closer than the other one. Bolduc, another goal. Habs retake the lead. Man, I hate the Blues traded Bolduc. I swear, man. That's just... The Blues trading Bolduc was just... Man, I don't know. And here comes the check. No penalty. Jesus Christ, they can't make right challenges. Jesus. 2 missed challenges by the Mexican U20s. They're desperate. They were desperate earlier. They're desperate now. Playing forward. Man, the Blues train Bolduc was a bad idea, though. I'm not going to lie. Oh, Chicago just tied the game. 1-1. Home run, Seiya Suzuki. All right. Jacob Mizorowski just came in, and he gave up a home run. I thought he was supposed to be really good. Yeah, my ass. 68th minute. So 1-1 between the Cubs and Brewers. 2 solo homers. '68th minute. And that will be in play outs, 1 out. Let's see if where the USA game is going to be, by the way. 69th minute. FS2 as well. Okay. Oh, yeah, Josh Winder, the one who played for Louisville. Huh. He might be on the starting 11. Okay, there you go for the USA. Hopefully that USA-Morocco game does well like last year at the Olympics. Piazza, Pudge, and Yachty. Ooh. Like, as a player, Yachty number 1, Pudge second, Piazza third. As a fan, Yachty, Piazza, Pudge. But, like, actual career as a player, Yachty, Pudge, Piazza. Pudge Rodriguez was a better catcher than Mike Piazza. Yachty's better than them both. Yachty's better than them both. Yachty's one of the best. I'm going to say it. Screw it. Yadier Molina is one of the best catchers of all time. Top 5. Maybe even top 3. Yadier Molina is a top. I'm going to go there. Yadier Molina is a top 3 catcher of all time. I'm going there. I'm going there. I'm going there. I'm going there. And that ain't biased. That's just true. If you want to call that biased, yeah, the Cardinals are my second favorite team. You could say that. But that's not biased. Yadier Molina is a top 3 catcher of all time. I ain't because I'm a Cardinals fan. That's just fact. Well, second. Or, well, I mean, yeah, I'm a Cardinals fan second, but, you know. I mean, that is true. Fan makes it sound like it's first, but second. Cardinals are my second team, but yes, I am. I guess you could say Cardinals. Even though they're second team, yes, Cardinals fan. I guess you could say it like that. But yeah, no, Yachty's a top 3 catcher of all time. Like, but if you don't think that, you don't know ball. Like, you don't know ball. If you don't think Yadier Molina is a top 3 catcher of all time, you don't know ball. You don't. You don't. 72 minutes in. You don't know ball. You don't. So. But as a player, I think Pudge was a better player than Mike Piazza. Blue Jays, Cardinals, Braves. Who's your 4th team? I say top between the Cubs and Mets. I mean, the Pittsburgh Pirates will never be good, but if they're good, if they're good, the Jays aren't, or if they're good, they're both in the playoffs. I'll root for Pittsburgh on the NL side if they're good, for obvious reasons. But like, I'd say basically 4th. I'd say it's Cubs and Mets that are tied. I can't really put one over the other. I always had a soft spot for the Mets. I never, even before Stroh went to the Cubs, I never hated the Cubs. I never hated the Cubs. Like, I know most Cardinals fans would probably eat me alive for saying that, but I never hated the Cubs. Like, I don't really see that as a rivalry. The Superstation thing is a big thing, or was a big thing. I like both Cardinals and Cubs, just like I like both the Mets and the Braves. Always had a soft spot for the Mets. Marcus Stroman went there just like as the Cubs, and it pretty much solidified it. I'm surprised it did, but it did. So, but you didn't root for the Yankees when Stroh went there. Well, I was never going to do that. And then they threw him away like trash anyway. So I feel absolutely justified on not doing that. Yeah, I agree. Playing Ford. So I guess, yes, I'd be very happy if the World Series was Cubs versus Blue Jays. Like, if the World Series, I guess, rooting interest-wise, if the World Series was Cubs Blue Jays, I'd be very happy. You know, I'd be very happy to have them both in the World Series. I'd be rooting for the Jays over the Cubs, though. But I couldn't be too mad if the Cubs found a way to beat the Blue Jays. I couldn't be too mad. If the Cubs beat the Brewers, I'm rooting for them to beat the Dodgers. One, because the Jays would kill the Cubs. This Cubs team would get killed by the Blue Jays. You play the games for a reason, but they would get killed by them. The Blue Jays would kill the Cubs. Simple. We'd have home field. They would kill the Cubs, and at least it's two of my favorite teams playing each other. So if we did somehow lose, I couldn't be too mad. I'd be happy for the Cubs. So I'd be happy where it goes. One Toronto. So I guess, yes, I want the Cubs to win tonight, and I want them to beat the Dodgers. Will that happen? Probably not. They can still win tonight, but the Cubs versus the Dodgers, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be – it'd be funny if they did. I know the Dodgers have a shit bullpen, and they have a lot of weaknesses. They have Achilles heels. It's still going to be crazy to see. The hype is over. It's been over. Playing for it, it's been over. But it's going to be tough. Like, if it's Cubs-Dodgers, that's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie. That's going to be tough. I'd love to see the Cubs win over the Dodgers. Because, again, the Blue Jays would absolutely smack the shit out of the Cubs. Hell, the Mariners would, too. Then again, the Mariners did struggle with the Tigers. So, actually, maybe not. Unless they started hitting. The Blue Jays would smack the shit out of the Cubs. They would. Like, it wouldn't even be pretty. But I don't give a shit about that. I want a World Series. Well, the USA still might win tomorrow. They still can. The USA aren't out of it yet. I'll be live for their game tomorrow. 77th minute. The USA aren't out of it yet. But no, this Cubs team would be killed by the Toronto Blue Jays. Like, they would be absolutely slaughtered. The Toronto Blue Jays would slaughter the Cubs. Pitching, hitting, anything. Well, I think Mexico lost this game today. Two big mistakes against the run of play. They got very desperate. Gilberto Mora didn't really show up. Fimbres didn't show up. Dominguez got hurt, led to the first goal. Ochoa did a good job, I thought. None of the really big hyped players truly showed up, and they felt very pressured, very, very desperate once they went down, like they were wronged. And it just hasn't been their day. Shot over the bar. And they've taken shots, they've had possession, but they can't find the back of the net. It's some. If I had to pick 4 teams, it'd be Dodgers, Rangers, Blue Jays, and Reds. Okay. So if you get a Dodgers Blue Jays World Series, you'll get one where you're fine either way. Rangers and Reds. That Dodgers Reds series must have sucked for you. Well, I wouldn't say that, but that must have been something. That must have been some. Rangers? You know what? I will admit, I hated the Rangers. I don't really hate them as much anymore, but those Rougned Odor 2015, 2016 Texas Rangers, I hated their guts. Like, that was a real rivalry for a while. You know, the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Rangers. Like, that shit got true hate. But I will say, after about 2020-ish, 2021, like the Rangers that won the World Series, I didn't really hate it, you know, when they won the World Series because it wasn't the same team. And Bruce Bochy, I like Bruce Bochy. I think he's a very good coach. I think he's a very good manager. I have a lot of respect for Boch. I didn't hate that Rangers team, the Creed Rangers team, because, you know, they played Creed all the time before they won the World Series. I respect that too. But those mid-2010s Rangers teams, dear God, that was a real rivalry. I don't care what you have to say. Toronto versus, fair enough. You could really just root for the Mets then. It's the same thing. You could do the same thing for the Mets. It's the same thing, you know? Mr. Met, Mr. Redleg, same thing. And they're both lovable losers. Well, I don't know about the Mets being lovable losers, but okay, I don't know about the Mets being lovable losers, but I like the Mets. So, and the Mets are easier to hate. I will admit that. True, that's a good point, actually. Fair enough, that's a good point. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, true. Yeah. Why would WWE release Wesley? I have no idea, but I wasn't really a fan, so. Well, 80th minute. I like the Mets more than the Yankees, that's for sure. Well, I think a lot of people do. I think a lot of people do like the Mets more than the Yankees. I think a lot of people are that way. But I could see where people hate the Mets. Like, I could see, like, oh, you're the New York Mets. You're spending all this money, even when the Wilpons were there. And you can't win? And you choke in the worst of ways? And then you come back and say, oh, we're still good. We're still the Mets. Yeah. There's probably more. You know what? Yeah, if they're putting him over, yeah, he was. I think that Roman definitely helped put him over and set him on a right track. So you know what? Yeah, if they want to put him over and make him a big thing, yeah, he should have won that match, and he did. So, yeah, good booking decision in that case. 81st minute, free kick for Argentina, 2-0. Cero a dos, 0-2. I wouldn't. Not a star. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Bobichette, apparent discomfort after running the bases, clouds his ALCS status. Here's a shot. Mexico shot, save. Oh, no, on the doorstep, and they can't pop it in. Georgia are losing to Auburn. Shit. He likes to drive in his truck. Auburn sucks. Auburn sucks. Like driving in my truck. He likes to drive in his truck. Auburn sucks. Auburn sucks. I like trucks. He likes trucks. I don't really care for Auburn. He doesn't care for Auburn. Header. Saved. What a save. What a save there. Oh, my God. Auburn sucks. Man on second for the Brewers. 3-1 count. How are Georgia losing? I have no idea. I'm not watching. And that's a fly out. End of the second. '83rd minute. Argentina looks to be winning this match. Playing forward. AJ and Cena's match was awesome, though. Saved. That's all he can do, though. 84th minute. Playing forward. 85th minute, 5 minutes plus stoppage time. Playing forward. What are thoughts on Miami's interested in signing Neymar in 2026? Well, I'm not surprised. Messi needs new friends to join him and his team because Busquets and Alba are retiring, and Suarez, I would guess, will retire too. The only one that's staying with him is DePaul. So he needs new friends. Neymar, I think it might be a damn flop. I won't lie. Can't be worse than Suarez. At least he has working knees. At least Neymar has working knees. Headed away. He has working knees, unlike Suarez. But other than that, it might be a flop. Let's be real. Neymar, he got MLS flop written all over him. You think he's got Lorenzo Insigne written all over him? That's all I'm saying. Buddy's got Lorenzo Insigne written all over him. Just to say he's got Lorenzo Insigne written all over him. But Messi needs more friends because his other friends are retiring. So, yeah, he's going to be there. I'm pretty damn sure about it. Is it a smart play? Probably not. But do they have to do it? Yeah. But then again, they've done everything Messi wanted, and it's not really helped them win a damn thing. So, there's your answer. It ain't done shit. Either way, 87th minute. Playing forward, 88th minute. Two minutes to go plus stoppage time. Mexico were pretty much cooked. They're trying to play for quick goals at this point, which I think so, yes. Because he will realize that they ain't got shit but shit. And here comes a fight. Yellow card for Garza. Yellow card for Silvetti. Like, he's going to realize that this was a bad plan. Like, Messi wasn't a bad plan by himself. Letting Messi control their roster management was the bad part of the plan. Like, I'm not so, and honestly, I'm not mad about the South American young players coming in to play with Messi. That I'm not mad about. That, they're going to want to play with him. Understandable. And they're good players. Silvetti, Rojas, Allende, players like that. Okay, got it. Understandable. That hasn't really been the problem. It's Messi's best friends being on the team and the manager. Mascherano ain't worth shit. Suarez has knees of a freaking 80-year-old. Jordi Alba, at least he still has it, but he's retiring for some unknown reason. Like, I mean, I kind of hate that. Watch Mexico versus Colombia. I got to do a review for this game, so. With that being said, '90th minute VAR check. I forgot to mention Suarez's personality too. Because Alba isn't coming back. Forgot to mention Suarez's personality. Regulon, they're getting him as well, but I don't know if I'd say. Review request for Argentina. They want a red card. Is Regulon even Messi's friend? Not like Alba, for sure. Here's the red card review. 90th minute plus stoppage time. I mean, I think that should be. I mean, he pushed Silvetti. Body shot. Somebody's getting a red card. Like they have to. Are you watching WWE this weekend? Well, it's called Crown Jewel happened this morning, and no, I didn't. Because I can't. Because I don't have ESPN Unlimited. I could have had it, but whatever. Well, true. No red card. Okay, that's a shocking decision. That's a shocking decision. I'm surprised. One minute 20 of stoppage time. I'll be making a review for this game. I have 2 streams tomorrow. Ochoa gets a second yellow card that is a red card. Well, okay. So in the end, it's still a red card. Mexico down a man. Even if it wasn't a full-on red card, but '92nd minute. I mean, Colombia's going to dog walk Mexico? Man, if Colombia put out their B team to play Mexico so they could play their A team against Canada, I'm on a screen. No. It looks like their A team. Okay, that's good news. That's good news. That's good news. Playing forward. 5 minutes of stoppage time. 0-2, 0-2. 93rd minute. I don't really, to be real, I don't really like it. I don't like the World Cup ball. It may grow on me, but I don't like it right now. It's just too much. It's too loud for me. Maybe it'll grow on me, but right now, well, hey, at least it didn't get hurt. I mean, they won. It's preseason. I really could care less. They don't play a meaningful game till the end of October. But yeah, they won. Cool. I'm more worried about the Toronto Blue Jays. Way more worried than about the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays have made me proud. Yep. The Blue Jays have made me proud. 94th minute. The Blue Jays have made me proud. Which that's what matters. 95th minute. Over the top. That'll be caught. Blue Jays made me proud. That's what matters. Yellow card for Arce. Holy Lord. '95th minute. Sometimes you have a bad day. And I think they've definitely pocketed him. And I think Mexico as a team have been very desperate since they allowed the first goal. I don't think that helped their game plan. I think they've really pressed, and not in a good way. I've seen him on the field. I ain't seen him do well. I ain't seen him do much tonight, but I've seen him walk. He's been on the field. So... 95-30. But I just don't think as a team. And there's a VAR review request for Argentina. Yeah, elbow to the back of the head. Probably a red card. Carnage, absolute carnage. So desperate. Now they're just trying to beat the shit out of Argentina. The last 10 minutes of this game have been dirty. I'm going to be real. Now they're just trying to beat the shit out of them. It's like they know they're going to lose. They're just beating the shit out of them. It's like what? 1 double yellow, 2 possible red card here. Red card. Red card. Yep. Elbow to the back of the head. That's the exact right call. Red card on Jimenez. Tayel Jimenez, red card. That was Bush League. Yeah, he should be gone. 2 red cards, 1 being a double yellow and 1 being a straight red. Multiple yellow cards. Yeah, Mexico are just starting to beat their ass. I mean, USA could still do it. I mean, they've been doing well. And it's full time. Full time. Mexico loses. 0-2, 0-2 esta noche. Mexico eliminado. 0-2. Argentina avanzada de las semifinales de la Sub-20 Mundial. Congratulations to Argentina. Felicidades, Argentina. Commiserations, Mexico. Argentina moves on. With that being said, we will move on. If you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Notification once subscribe. Send some chats on live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with the family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this match. And tomorrow we'll be live for USA Morocco. U20 World Cup quarterfinal. And then after that, we'll be live for Seattle versus the Blue Jays. The Mariners at the Blue Jays, game 1 of the ALCS. So we're live twice tomorrow with 2 reviews. Even if it went to extra time, I still think I'd be able to make a review for the USA-Morocco game and have it up before the Jays game starts. So 2 lives, 2 reviews tomorrow. Review for this match. We'll be on our way. I'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you.